Let's talk about something that's probably been eating at you for a while. It's one of the most maddening paradoxes in our world. You look around and you see brilliant people, truly intelligent, hardworking individuals who seem to be doing everything right, and yet they're financially stuck. They're not getting ahead. They're just treading water. If that sounds familiar, if you've ever felt that frustration yourself, let me know by hitting that like button right now. Because what we're about to uncover isn't just a minor detail, it's a fundamental misunderstanding of how wealth is actually built. And trust me, the answer is not what you've been told.
I want you to really think about this for a second. Picture that person. It might be a colleague who's the sharpest mind in the office. It might be a friend from college who graduated with top honors. Maybe it's a family member you've always looked up to. Or maybe, just maybe, when you're being honest with yourself, that person is you. You're the one with the skills, the dedication, the mastery of your field. You solve complex problems all day long. But when you look at your bank account, at your financial future, the numbers just don't add up. There's a profound, gnawing disconnect. It's a deeply personal problem, and it feels completely illogical.
Now, listen very carefully, because this is the turning point. This is the moment the light bulb goes on. That struggle, your struggle, it has absolutely nothing to do with bad luck. It's not because you aren't smart enough, and it's certainly not because you aren't working hard enough. The reason is far more simple and far more sinister. You've been taught the rules to one game, while the wealthy are playing an entirely different one. You've been meticulously trained to be a pawn in a system that was never, ever designed for you to win. Today, we're not just exposing the rules of that game. We're going to hand you the rulebook for the other one.
And this brings us right to the heart of the matter. We call it the smart person's paradox. It's this hidden, almost invisible system that's been built around us, a system that takes all of your talent, all of your intelligence, all of your blood, sweat, and tears, and it gives you back just enough to keep you coming back for more, just enough to keep you on the hamster wheel, chasing a carrot you can never quite reach. So let's peel back the curtain. Let's look at the exact profile of the person who gets caught in this trap and dissect exactly why it happens.
Does this sound like someone you know? Let's be brutally honest. This is the man who did everything he was told. He's highly educated. He's got the degrees, the certifications, the credentials hanging on the wall. He's diligent and hardworking. He's the first one in the office and the last one to leave. He's a logical thinker. You can throw any problem at him and he will systematically break it down and solve it. He is an absolute master of his craft, a true expert. Yet, for all that expertise, for all that effort, the bank account tells a different story. It's a story of stagnation. It feels like you're climbing a mountain, but the mountain keeps getting taller. Why? It's because from the day we were born, we were fed one single, powerful narrative. It's the bedrock promise of our society. Study hard, get good grades, work hard, put in the hours, and you will be rewarded with financial success. It's supposed to be a direct equation. But here's the brutal truth. That promise is a lie. Or, at best, it's a dangerous half-truth designed to keep the system running smoothly. It's the programming that keeps smart people trapped.
And here it is, the core mechanism of the trap. The system is not designed to pay you for your intelligence. It's not designed to pay you for your results or your value. It's designed to pay you for your time. You can be a certified genius, the most efficient worker in history, but if you're on a salary or an hourly rate, you are trading units of your life for units of currency. And here's the inescapable math. There are only 24 hours in a day. You can't create more. So your income has a hard physical cap. This isn't a personal failing, it's a systemic, mathematical prison.
So, if you remember nothing else, remember this. There are not one, but two financial realities operating in parallel at all times. Game 1 is the one played by 99% of the population. It's the game you are taught. Game 2 is the one played by the wealthy, the investors, the creators. And the difference between understanding these two games? Well, it's the difference between a life of financial servitude and a life of true freedom.
Let's put these two realities side by side, because this is where everything becomes crystal clear. In Game 1, the time for money game, you are the asset. You work, you earn. Simple. But the moment you stop working, whether you're sick, on vacation, or God forbid you lose your job, the income stream dries up instantly. It's a fragile, vulnerable existence where your income is forever capped by the hours in a day. This is the world of the majority. Now look at Game 2. This is the game of value in systems. In this game, you don't work for money. You build things that earn money. You're not the engine. You're the architect of the engine. You create a system, a business, a piece of content, a product, and that system runs without you. Your income is detached from your time. It is uncapped. This is the playground of the wealthy. Let that just sink in for a moment. All your brain power, your analytical skills, your deep expertise, they are not the primary drivers of wealth, not on their own. The system you choose to apply that intelligence in is what matters. I promise you, a person with average intelligence who understands how to build a scalable system will blow past a certified genius stuck in the time for money trap. Every single time. It's not about being smarter, it's about operating in a smarter framework.
All right, so we've identified the problem, we've diagnosed the paradox. You now understand the two games. You see the trap. Now, we get to the good part, the actionable part. We're done talking about the problem, we're going to start building the solution. It is time to shift your entire life strategy, to stop playing their losing game, and to start mastering the rules of real wealth.
This is it. This is the billion-dollar question, isn't it? How do you finally bridge that gap? How do you take all of that God-given intelligence, all that discipline and hard work, and redirect it? How do you channel it away from a system that exploits it and into a system that rewards it exponentially, a system that builds you freedom instead of a more comfortable cage? The answer isn't some secret handshake. It's a plan, a concrete, actionable business plan for your financial life.
And here it is. This is not theory, this is not philosophy. This is a practical 6-step playbook designed to methodically move you out of game 1 and into game 2. Every single one of these steps is critical. Pay attention, take notes, because implementing this playbook is how you seize control of your financial destiny. Let's start with the foundation, the mindset itself.
Step 1 is the most important because it governs everything else. You have to completely overhaul your definition of intelligence. For your whole life, intelligence has meant getting A's, solving technical problems, being book smart. Forget that. From this day forward, true intelligence, strategic intelligence, is defined by one thing: the ability to make financial decisions that build long-term freedom. Every time you face a choice, a job offer, a side project, how to spend your weekend, you must run it through a new filter. Ask yourself, does this decision build an asset that will work for me later, or does it simply trade my time for money right now? This is the new operating system for your brain.
Step 2 is non-negotiable. It's your first major move on the new chessboard. You must begin the process of breaking the direct link between your time and your income. As long as 100% of your money comes from a paycheck, you are a hostage to that paycheck. The goal here isn't to recklessly quit your job tomorrow. Now, the goal is to start building your escape route while you have the security of your job. You need to open up a second front, a parallel track. This is an income stream, no matter how small at first, that is not tied to the hours you clock in. It could be an informational ebook, a YouTube channel teaching what you know, an affiliate marketing site, a small piece of software. It must be something that has the potential to make $1 while you are sleeping. This is your first taste of Game 2.
Third, we have to get strategic about the skills we develop. Look, a lot of high-paying skills are traps. They make you a very expensive, very specialized cog in someone else's machine. You need to obsess over learning scalable skills. What does that mean? It means skills that act as force multipliers for your effort. One piece of work can reach thousands or millions of people. Think about skills like persuasive writing or copywriting. You write one sales page, it can sell to 1 million people. Think about content creation. You film one video, it can be watched for years. Digital marketing, coding, sales, these skills allow you to decouple your input from the output. It's the difference between a highly paid surgeon who can only operate on one person at a time and the person who creates the surgical tool that's sold to 10,000 surgeons. You have to learn the skills of leverage.
And that leads directly to step 4, the absolute core of this entire strategy. You must shift from a mindset of effort to a mindset of system building. Your personal effort is finite. It runs out. You get tired, you get sick. A well-designed system, however, does not. It works 24/7. It doesn't ask for a raise. Before you start anything new, you must ask that critical question. Am I just doing a task for a one-time reward, or am I building an asset? A digital product is an asset. A video that gets views for years is an asset. An email list is an asset. An automated sales funnel is an asset. Stop thinking like a laborer who gets paid for the work. Start thinking like an engineer who builds a machine that does the work for him.
Step 5 is the antidote to the perfectionism that paralyzes so many smart people. We're trained to have the perfect answer before we raise our hand. In the world of building wealth, that's poison. You wait for the one big, perfect, world-changing idea, and you'll be waiting forever. Listen to me. Every massive financial success story started with a small, ugly, imperfect first step. The secret isn't a single moment of brilliance. The secret is relentless consistency. It's writing 300 words a day. It's posting one video a week. It's making one sales call. These small, repeated actions build a momentum that, over time, becomes an unstoppable avalanche. Forget greatness. Focus on starting.
and then focus on not stopping.
And finally, step 6. This is the master principle that holds the entire playbook together. It's the final and most profound evolution you must make. You have to fundamentally change the questions you ask yourself about work, about money, about your very life. You must stop thinking like an employee and start thinking like an investor. And the difference is night and day. Let me show you exactly what I mean.
The employee mindset is completely focused on the immediate, the predictable, the linear. The central question is, how much is my next paycheck? It's a short-term view. It's about trading a known quantity of time for a known quantity of money. It's a mentality that is fundamentally rooted in consumption and survival. The money comes in, the bills go out, and the cycle repeats. It is a closed loop.
The investor mindset operates on a totally different plane. The question is not about this month's income. The question is, where can I allocate my time, my energy, and my capital to build an asset that will generate income for years or even decades to come? It's about deferred gratification. It's about creation over consumption. It's a long-term strategic view of the world. This simple shift in the primary question you ask yourself will change every single decision you make.
So let's bring this all home. If you've spent years feeling frustrated, feeling like you're running in place despite giving it your all, I need you to hear this loud and clear. Burn it into your brain. The problem was never, ever your intelligence. It was not your work ethic. It was not your fault. The problem was the game you were conditioned to play. You were a brilliant mind trapped in a broken, rigged system, but not anymore.
And I'm going to leave you with one final, powerful truth. If you only work for money, you will work for the rest of your life. Think about that. But when you shift your focus, when you start building systems, when you turn your intelligence into assets that work for you, that is the moment you stop working for a living and start building a life. That is the beginning of real freedom. If this has resonated with you, then your change begins right now. Not tomorrow, not next week, right now. First, I want you to make a public commitment to yourself. Go down to the comments right now and type, "I start today." Lock it in. Second, if this gave you a new perspective, hit that like button. It tells the algorithm that this is a message that other men need to hear. And finally, subscribe and turn on all notifications. We're not just making content here. We're building a community of men who are taking back control and architecting their own financial freedom. It's time to stop playing by their rules and start writing your own. Let's get to work.